Morning class, it's Friday, May 22nd. This is our 10th and 10th day and 50% mark for summer camp. So nice work on making it this far. And if you are feeling a little bit behind, don't worry, we've still got the entire second half of class for you to sort of get up to pace and make some pace. So yesterday we were talking in our daily debrief on Zoom about what's the difference between a feral animal and a wild animal and how that's a very human distinction. Wild animals being those that are naturally in their place and habitat and ecological niche and their function. And feral animals are nuisance animals or exotic invasive and are creating problems in some way. So wild horses are sometimes referred to feral horses in a forestry management context to the extent that they are tearing up vegetation and causing encounter and safety problems with humans, and so on and so forth. So part of the feral animal versus wild animal distinction is this animal charismatic megafauna? So whales, charismatic megafauna. Size plays a role. Fuzziness, as it turns out, according to researchers, plays a role. It's more likely for a mammal to be considered a charismatic species versus a reptile or amphibian. Propensity or likelihood that that particular species mimics human behaviors, also a strong factor in whether or not a creature is considered a charismatic megafauna and therefore is considered wild or feral by the public. A biologist's view on this or zoologist's view on this is typically more about the ecological function and place of this creature in the grander scheme of things. So, as a concrete example of what makes an animal wild versus feral, and in particular the charismatic megafauna piece of that, is sitting in my shirt today. So I would not allow my neighbors or my students or whatever to crawl inside of my shirt and fall asleep. But my house cat, absolutely. So here's one example of charismatic fauna. There you go. I am not pregnant. In fact, that is a cat. So just a follow-up or corollary to yesterday's discussion in the Zoom roundup there. For today, we are going to continue moving through our content and get a start on the vegetation section next for resources. And just as a reminder, we're going to move through these various resources of forestry section of summer camp and check out some different management situations and scenarios from the real world attached to each, and a couple of skills along the way. And then kind of the latter half of class, especially the last week and a half, is going to be much more about wildlife and wildland habitat management and the field techniques and so on and so forth. Park and wildland management, rec management techniques. Those videos are in large part now recorded by your TA Leah, who went on a field trip to go capture a bunch of those videos for you. So we're getting those online now, and those will be showing up in the next couple of days. But for today, finish off our previous resource sections. We'll get started on vegetation. We'll have another knot and keep on keeping on. We don't have anything new scheduled for this weekend, of course, and I hope that you guys are able to enjoy and get out and enjoy some fitness as well as hopefully some breaks in the rain that we've had lately, and so on and so forth. So we'll see you again this evening at 4 p.m. for our last Zoom debrief for this week, and hopefully you get a chance to answer any questions you have about that then. All right, good luck. I'll be online all day today, hanging out in the chat room if you guys and gals have any questions. I got a great question about grad school and careers yesterday by email, so I'll remove any personally identifying information out of that one and then kind of break that out into a bunch of frequently asked questions for that content section of our website and careers. Okay, so thank you guys and gals very much. Be in touch if you have any needs or questions. I'm happy to help. This is what we're here for.